Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing the films of Joseph Kosinski. He's a really good modern director who's only been making films for the past 15 years or so. So he's only got 6 feature films here, as you can see, and I've recently seen his new film F1, which is in here. So I was waiting to see that before doing this ranking, obviously. And it's been requested as well, and he's also a really good director, even though we only have 6 films so far. I really like what he's done. And so this is mixed up, but we'll just get into it, and we'll do it in order of the films that came out. So his first film was Tron Legacy, which is a pretty good science fiction sequel to the original Tron film. I never saw the original, but I've watched the remake. Sorry, not remake. Tron Legacy. I've seen it twice, and I really enjoy it. I've got it on Blu-ray. I think it's a really good first film. I know he worked in doing trailers and short clips and things like that. I think video game trailers and things before making movies. But for a first feature film, Tron Legacy is really, really good. I'm going to put it in the B tier. I think it's solid. I don't think it's great, but I do think it's quite good. It has a unique visual style. If you've seen the film, you really know what to look for. It's obviously got a lot of bright neon oranges and blues throughout the film, and it looks really cool. And there is another film coming out, another Tron film coming out later on this year as well, I think, Tron Ares, with Jared Leto, so that should be interesting too. Obviously Joseph Kosinski isn't attached as director or anything, but yeah, this is a pretty solid first film, and I do enjoy it. His next film was Oblivion, which is another film I'm going to put in the B tier, but I'll put it below Tron Legacy. I enjoyed this movie. I've only seen it once, and I really need to rewatch it. Tom Cruise is a really good actor, and he gives a good performance here. It's a good, solid science fiction, action, mystery kind of film. Some really great visuals. It's a really slick looking film. Some cool action sequences and things like that. I can't speak too much on it because it was probably a good 8 or so years ago that I saw it last. I do have it on Blu-ray though, and I do remember liking it, so I do have to get around to watching that one again. It's probably the one I'm more out of touch with out of all of these films, but I did enjoy that film. Next up, he did Only the Brave, and this is a great film. I really love this movie. I'm actually going to put it in the S tier. I think this is possibly his most underrated film as a director. Most people talk about Tron or Top Gun, but Only the Brave is a true story about these firefighters who have to face these unreal fires out in the wilderness and stuff, and it really ends quite tragically. I'd never heard of the true story before watching the movie, so when the ending happened, it really kind of shocked me the first time I saw it. But it's got great performances. Josh Brolin's the lead actor, as well as Miles Teller. Jennifer Connelly's in the film also, and Jeff Bridges, I think. So yeah, it's a really good film, a really good true story, quite emotional towards the end. Great firefighting sequences, great emotion, character, relationships and everything like that. It all works perfectly, and I think it's really underrated. I think if you've only seen like Top Gun Maverick and Oblivion or something, you really need to go see this film, because it's actually my favorite Joseph Kosinski film, and I don't really see it at the top of too many people's lists, but I really like it a lot. So next we got Top Gun Maverick, which is a hugely popular film, and this is another S tier film, but I'm going to put it just behind Only the Brave. I was never really a fan of the original Top Gun film. It's a very classic 80s Tony Scott, Tom Cruise film. It's okay, I do like the movie, but I've never really felt that, interested to come back and rewatch it time and time again. But Top Gun Maverick is just a real kind of modern kind of take on that kind of a film, but for a modern audience, and making it more fun, more entertaining, upping the stakes, upping what you can do visually, because back then you could only do so much in a cockpit of a fighter jet that you can do now, especially with Tom Cruise as your lead actor, who really puts himself out there a lot more when it comes to stunts and things like that. So Top Gun Maverick is a great film. I remember seeing it in cinemas when it came out a couple of years ago, and it's just a real crowd pleaser. It's one of them films that's kind of predictable, like F1 as well, where you can see where the movie's going, but at the same time it does the formula so well that it doesn't really matter, because you're just having a hell of a good time watching it anyway. And yeah, it's pretty much a great, perfect kind of summer blockbuster movie. And yeah, I really hope that he keeps making films like this, because he seems to be really good at it, as we'll get to with F1 as well. But yeah, Top Gun Maverick is easily one of his best films, and one of Tom Cruise's best recent films also. So the same year he did that, he did a Netflix film called Spiderhead, and this had quite an interesting premise to it. I was actually really interested to see the film. Unfortunately, it didn't really live up to its story. I didn't hate the movie, but I'm going to put it in a C tier. It's easily his weakest film, and it reunites him with Miles Teller as well, who was also in Top Gun Maverick and Only the Brave. But yeah, the film kind of has this unique idea that's really intriguing, and it's like a bit of a science fiction-y thriller kind of film, mystery as well, and all that. But yeah, the idea is cool, but it doesn't live up to it. It starts off okay, but it really it's one of those films where that just kind of drops off. You've got a cool idea, but that's about it. The movie's shot well and the performances are okay, but the film overall just wasn't that memorable for what it should have been. Obviously, being coming out the same year as Top Gun Maverick, though, it's probably hard to make two great films in a year, but at least we got one. And this film, like I said, it's not bad. It's not an awful film, but it's just kind of forgettable. And easily Joseph Kosinski's weakest film so far, but at the same time, not an awful movie. And then we have F1, which just came out a couple months ago with Brad Pitt, and it's kind of like, a lot of people are saying it's pretty much like the Top Gun for Formula One and for cars instead of planes and aircraft. And it's very similar. It follows the same kind of beats and story progressions as Top Gun Maverick, but it's just different enough, and the racing scenes are really cool. The music's great by Hans Zimmer. You got a really good performance from Brad Pitt as well as the cast around him. And again, it follows a similar formula. It's a kind of film that you know how it's going to end almost from the moment it starts, but it does it really well. It's really entertaining. It's another movie that's like 2.5 hours long, like Top Gun Maverick, but it just kind of flies through that time, which is really cool. I wouldn't say it's as good, but it's still a very good movie. I'm going to put it in the A tier. I don't like it quite as much as Top Gun Maverick, but I still think it's a very good movie. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, the great racing scenes, everything like that, but you know, it does the formula, but it does it well, so it doesn't matter. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this one. As I said, he's only got a short filmography so far, 6 films over about 15 years, which isn't too bad. So hopefully we get some more from him. I heard that there's going to be a Miami Vice remake, so that could be interesting. As well as a few other films he's working on, so we'll just have to wait and see for now. But so far, I really like 5 of his 6 films. It's pretty much only Spiderhead that I'm not really a fan of. I've got all these other ones on Blu-ray. I'll get F1. I think it comes out next week actually on 4K, so that'll be a good one to get as well. But I'd recommend all of these films in the S, A, and B tier, definitely, if you haven't seen them, especially Only the Brave, because I feel like it's quite underrated compared to the rest of his filmography. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So thank you for watching. Sorry it's been a while since my last upload. I have a new laptop and a new system, so hopefully I'll be able to just get into it again and start making a few more in the near future. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you later.